for this week's report. New police station moves from plans to progress. America 250 commemorative print unveiled. Exeter's Handbell Choir performs new piece. SST students build planters. SAU 16 updates from Blue Hawk Media. Updates from Parks and Rec. And the Alewife Festival is back. For Exeter TV, I'm Bob Glowacki from where the fresh Exeter River meets the brackish Squamscott River to announce the start of the annual river herring migration. Right in front of me are probably a dozen or two alewives or blueback river herring, and let's try and see if we can take a look. I missed them. Good afternoon, Exeter. Thanks for tuning into the show today. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and like this video to help spread word about the show and all things Exeter. You can also head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. For our first segment, we took a trip over to Continental Drive to check in on how the new police station and fire substation is moving from plans to progress.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the future home of the Exeter Police Department and new fire substation. Thank you for joining us. It is great to have
Members of the police department, fire department, and other town officials gathered on April 22, 2026 to celebrate the progress made on the new police station and fire substation on Continental Drive. Missing by only 45 votes in 2023, voters approved the project during the 2024 town election, with Article 4 authorizing the design and construction of a new $17.5 million police station with a fire substation to address the safety and space needs of both the police and fire departments. Ground was broken in December 2025, with work on the site quickly progressing.
From geotechnical exploration to blasting of ledge to grading the site, installing foundations and rebar, and now, in recent weeks, seeing the steel go up and the concrete block walls take shape.
For Fire Chief Justin Pizon, this project was a long time in the making.
I've been with the fire department 23 years, and by far this is probably the biggest milestone we're ever going to reach, is let's have a second fire station in town. I was joking with the assistant chief earlier. He's been with the Exeter Fire Department for 35 years, and the second fire station was already being spoken about before he got hired. So here we are, like 4 decades later, and we're finally getting a substation, and the town will benefit. We're all going to benefit, but this is great.
This brings us into 21st century policing. We were very cramped, and we've outgrown our current facility, which served us well for almost 50 years. But it really boiled down to is the town has grown, the police department's grown.
Police Chief Josh McCain went on to talk more about the building and what will be housed there, including a training room, evidence processing room, evidence storage, an armory, 2 interview rooms, and much more to support the 27 sworn officers, 6 dispatchers, and 3 civilian staff that make up the department. On the fire side, the substation will house a fire apparatus and an ambulance, with room for the crews that operate them. Splitting the existing staff between the main fire station downtown and the substation off of Epping Road will allow response times to decrease for fire or EMS calls.
One area for the fire department we were always deficient in was meeting national benchmarks for response time. So national benchmarks say you should be able to get from the time your truck is leaving the building to wherever your service call is within 4 minutes or less. Currently, we hit about 76% of the Exeter population in that 4-minute benchmark. This fire substation, which will house a fire engine of some sort, a pump, the ladder, we're not sure yet, and an ambulance will definitely be here, allows us to hit 95% of the Exeter population in 4 minutes or less. So from a delivery of service standpoint, this building is going to put us light years ahead of where we are today.
With the progress being made on the project, Both chiefs reflected on how far the town has come and the community support that has brought it there.
But without the people in the community listening to our message, we put out a video a couple of years ago, I guess now, about how important it was, what it does for the town. And I really believe people listen to that and recognize, wow, this really is an important project. So I'm beyond grateful.
One of the reasons I came here was because I felt like I was tremendously supported, or in the beginning, that this community supported its law enforcement, and that was one of the huge selling points for us to come here. And it's only paid tenfold. Whether it was this project, whether it was the backing for the municipal contracts just this last year, the town has time and time again shown that it supports its law enforcement and its first responders. So it really makes it an appealing thing. And as far as anything that I would say to them, I'd say thank you. Thanks for supporting us, and we're not going to let you down.
Builders will soon be working on the roof and drainage systems. The building is currently on track to be completed in early spring 2027. For more updates on the progress of the project, be sure to follow the town on social media, subscribe to the town's email newsletter, and as always, tune in to Exeter TV.
Up next, the 250 Celebration Committee has been hard at work focusing on our declaration, our town, and our stories as a part of the nation's 250th birthday celebrations. Following up on a previous segment from earlier this year, we caught up with the artists working to depict 250 years of independence in Exeter.
What does 250 years of independence look like in Exeter, New Hampshire? Printmaker and Exeter resident Sarah Koff has been pondering this question for the last few months as she was tasked by the town's America 250 Celebration Commission to depict this history on paper.
The whole idea of the poster is telling the story of Exeter over the last 250 years. And so in order to get that story, I needed to compile a lot of stories. And I visited the Historic Society and asked them tons of questions and got a lot of stories from them and looked at maps and photos, and so that was great. And then we sent a call out on Exeter TV asking people to write in their stories and what makes Exeter special to them. And so there was just a lot of data and stories and inspiration gathered from different sources.
In all the creativity that we wanted to bring to this project, we didn't want it just to focus on, Americana. We wanted it to reflect community. And so that's when Sarah and I worked sort of on our byline for our work, which was our independence, our town, our stories. So creating the environment where people could then bring their story that would reflect on this.
With all of the feedback she received through the discussions with the committee, Sarah Koff landed on the theme of the Swampscott.
The thing that kept calling me was the concept of the river, because the river is why Exeter was founded here in the first place. And the river it has so much meaning to us, both culturally and historically, but also ecologically. And as a person with a background in ecology, that's just really important to me.
When she landed on the Swampscott River and the history there and all that was amazing. Because pardon the pun, it flows from yesterday to today. And for me, what it evokes is the future as well.
Flowing upriver with the incoming tide, one follows Exeter through history, starting with the native plants and animals that have called this home for millennia. Next, Abenaki fishing weirs are catching alewives, followed by a gondola ship carrying barrels of gunpowder to the powder house. Approaching downtown, the print reflects the present, with a motorboat and a Phillips Exeter crew team in the front of the modern Exeter skyline we have today.
I also included little nuggets here and there, like elm trees lining Swayze Parkway, because we used to have elm trees before the Dutch elm disease destroyed them all, unfortunately, but that was a really important marker of our town. And then some other elements like bald eagles flying in the sky, ospreys. The bald eagles were able to come back after, in the 70s, they were almost driven to extinction, but luckily our environmental laws stopped that, and they are back. Also with the dam removal, a lot of animals were able to come back, including the alewife now swimming freely up the river. So I wanted to include that environmental story as well.
With the designs completed, multiple plates carved, and ink put to paper, the key block remained for the last few prints. Karen Pryor stopped by the studio to help Sarah finish the limited edition works.
Greens to yellow, and then reds, and then the key block is the browns.
And your detail, good Lord. What do you guys think?
It's very nice.
It's so awesome.
Stop, and then go back the other way.
Oh my gosh. Look at it. That is so stunning. Exeter celebrates America.
With her artwork completed, Sarah Koff hopes that it will make people proud of Exeter.
I have not lived in Exeter my whole life. I've only lived here 14 years, which is still something, but I'm so proud to live here. I love this town. It just feels so comfortable. It feels so, it feels like home. And I can't explain why, except this poster sort of, to me, is, it includes a lot of things that I love about the town. So I just hope people look at it and feel like this is home. This is my place that I'm proud to be from. And yeah, it has a bit of history that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with me, but we're all woven together, and so I think people might resonate with that.
The prints will be on sale for $76, a nod to 1776. Prints can be picked up throughout the year at America 250 events in Exeter, and at a picture's worth 1,000 words, while supplies of the limited print of 55 editions are available. Posters with a copy of the print will also be available. The funds raised from the prints and posters will go right back into hosting 250 events throughout the year. For more information on the prints, 250 events, or how you can get involved in the celebrations, visit the Exeter Celebrates America 250 page on the town website.
A few weeks ago, we got a phone call about an upcoming handbell choir concert here in Exeter. We were intrigued, so we sent Dan Monchek on the long journey from the Exeter Town Hall all the way over to the Congregational Church, 350 feet away, to learn more.
The town of Exeter is known for many things, but one of the lesser known aspects of the town is that it's home to its very own handbell choir. Every week, choir members gather at the Congregational Church in Exeter to play this unique instrument.
I mean, it's just full tilt at that point. Don't hold back on the dynamics until you get to that mezzo piano subito. But tempo-wise, I think you're perfectly acceptable in that range.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been in this bell choir for 20 years, or 25. It's an interesting instrument because you just have to play one or two. Jan plays 5 or 6 because she's better at having 2 or 3 in each hand.
Little ones.
But it's not like the piano where one person's responsible for all these notes. And it's not like the clarinet where you have to switch your fingering,
Right.
So if you can play the bell, the note comes out. So it's a fun way for people who can read music
Right.
to play as a group.
Right.
We have some hilarious moments because you can imagine when you have people with 1 or 2 or sometimes 4 bells in their hands. If you ring at the wrong time, you're going to make the wrong note and the piece is wrong. And that leads to some hysterical results.
And I think that when we practice and then we ring in front of the church and it comes out the way it's supposed to.
Right.
The challenge, the mental challenge is just delightful.
Yeah.
And you play your little part and it mixes up with everyone else, and oh my goodness, I mean, sometimes it's just heavenly.
Right now, the group is getting ready for a performance on June 7th at the Congregational Church, where they'll be debuting a piece that's never been heard before. For the first time, choir members got to meet the composer of this piece, Kathy Marker. Together, they workshop the music to get it ready for their big performance.
If there's anything really hard, make it known now because the composer can fix it.
How the sausage gets made. The toughest part is sometimes just getting started. And once I did get started with it, things kind of progressed fairly smoothly. And I'm super happy with the end result.
I've known her for a long time. I don't remember not knowing her. So Kathy, unbeknownst to me, turns out to be a handbell composer. So our church here in Exeter has a wonderful set of handbells and chimes. And it dawned on me that it would be a wonderful thing for the church and for the handbell choir to ask Kathy if she would write us a piece.
We never find we have a very critical audience, so we like to get it perfect, but it's not required.
That's right.
We do the best we can. We encourage ourselves to smile as we perform.
That's right.
As opposed to looking tense up there. Oh my gosh, am I in the right place?
Yes.
The bells will be ringing along with a bunch of other music that the choir will be singing. There'll be organ music and handbell and the choir. So the music will be very good on Sunday, June 7th at 10 o'clock. Everybody's invited. There's no fee, and it should be really fun. And you get a chance to see and meet the composer.
At their performance, this group of musicians will prove that even a centuries-old instrument can still play something entirely new.
Handbell choirs aren't the only examples of how people are coming together here in town. The Exeter Area Chamber of Commerce partnered with the Seco School of Technology to beautify the community with flower planters. Gabe Perez has the story.
Here, at the Seco School of Technology, 2 students from the building construction class put the final touches on a little block of cedar. It's a planter. This little box was the creation of several groups of adults and students putting their heads together to build something special for the communities of the SAU 16 school system.
We are always collaborating with the Chamber of Commerce, and this fall the Chamber of Commerce came to us with the idea of this project. I went to our teachers, and then we morphed into this particular planner project. We looked for some things online of designs that we might like and that would be doable for our students and that we think would look really great downtown, and that's how it happened, and then we just went for it.
With 4 separate classes assigned to the project, everyone had a job to do. The welding class welded the metal for the edges. Then, the building construction class put it all together.
We got, so it's obviously we got the metal brackets on the outside. I think welding did those, put those together. And then, so we took 4 pieces of cedar wood, stacked them on top of each other. We made them into like little box kind of things. And then we just stacked them on top of each other. We screwed them into the metal brackets made by welding to help hold them together. We have a tray in here so it doesn't, so the dirt and gravel or whatever you put in here doesn't go too far down, it keeps it up, but we have it nice and tall so it looks good. On projects like this, you have to be more precise. Like we're a lot more used to like framing and stuff where you can be off by like 1/8 of an inch or, sometimes up to 1/4 of an inch. But here you have to be almost exact with every single cut and measurement.
And overall, the project was not that hard. We didn't have many setbacks and hiccups. Simple project, but still a fun one to do.
While this happens, the Animals, Plants, and Sciences class are putting together a fact sheet instructing would-be owners on how to take care of their plants inside. The final challenge is finding out exactly who and where these planters go to, and how to spread the word that they're available. That job was assigned to the Business, Finance, and Marketing class.
We're from Business, Finance, and Marketing Academy, so basically we've been helping with showing the product to the public and also working on the marketing for it. We also have worked on the flyer for it, and we've been going around to small businesses around town and trying to promote this box. I would say a few of the challenges was just getting the poster correct because our team was in charge of creating the posters and we had to make sure all of the important information, obviously like a QR code, where to pay, make sure they know like dimensions of it, and we had to do a few revisions for it over and over again.
So what exactly is the point of all of this?
This project was mainly to promote the SAU 16 rebrand. We are stronger together. We have multiple towns within our district, so we have like Stratham, Newfields, Exeter, East Kingston, Kensington. We are stronger together, which is our slogan. It's just to show that as a whole we are stronger and we are one community, even if we are separate ones.
These planters are going to be sold to all of the SST sending schools. There's 24 available total. I know that there's been a couple that have been sold already. The planters are $175 and that includes delivery.
Thanks to the combined efforts of the Seacoast School of Technology students, these planters are available now on a first-come, first-served basis to people and businesses in the SAU 16 area. For more information, you can scan the QR code seen on the poster here, or by visiting exeterarea.org.
Sticking with the topic of students and schools, up next is your 60 and 16 update with our friends over at Blue Hawk Media.
Hello, SAU 16. This is Superintendent of Schools Chris Andruski, and I am at Exeter High School to do our 60 and 16 to talk to you about the first ever 4th through 12th grade orchestra from all of our bands at our elementary school, middle school, and high school. And I'm joined by Emily, Miriam, and Bridget, who will talk to us a little bit more about tonight's activities.
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a senior. I play bassoon in the band, and this is really exciting for me as it's my last year, and it's really exciting to play with all these people. And also as drum major, I am conducting at this concert, so that's just really meaningful to conduct one last time as well.
That is amazing. Good luck tonight. Miriam.
I'm Miriam Morse. I am playing the flute at the band, and I come from Lincoln Street, and this is really awesome because we get kids who are 4th grade, 5th grade, and then we get my grade, it was just 6th grade, and then everybody up, which is just so cool because you have experienced people, people who just started, and it's just really cool to watch everybody play at their different speeds, and you can just be yeah, that's really cool.
That's awesome. Thank you, Miriam. And Bridget, can you tell us a little bit about tonight?
I'm Bridget. I'm a 5th grader, and I'm really excited because there's going to be so many different songs, and they're all going to sound really good. We've been practicing for months, and we come to school early in the mornings to practice, and we have our lessons during the day, and I'm really excited to see how it's all going to turn out.
Spring is here and summer is just around the corner. So we stopped by Parks and Rec to get an update on all the exciting programming going on.
Hi everyone, David Tovey with Exeter Parks and Recreation, and I am excited to announce our first annual townwide yard sale coming up on May 30th. If you haven't seen this, what it is we will be providing everyone with yard signs for our townwide yard sale, which is happening on May 30th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So how this is going to work is if you are interested and would like to sign up, give us a call or stop by the new Exeter Community Center, and you can register to participate in the townwide yard sale. At registration, it is a $20 fee, and you can let us know what kind of items you'll be selling at the yard sale that will be held at your house. We will provide you with a sign that you can put out in your front yard the day of, and we will also create a map that we will advertise on our website and social media, so people that are interested in visiting the different yard sales can plan out their day. So we are very excited to start this townwide yard sale coming up on May 30th from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. Also coming up on May 20th is our Senior Resource Fair. The Resource Fair will be held at the Exeter Community Center from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. And this is for anyone interested in meeting with different service providers for older adults. We're gonna have some coffee and snacks. You can drop in at any time that you'd like to visit with the different providers. So we welcome you all to come down. There's no registration required. And we look forward to see you on May 20th for the Senior Resource Fair. Looking to get away next year in 2027? Well, we have a trip for you. On June 2nd, 2026, we will have a special travel presentation with Colette Tours to learn about our amazing trip that will be taking place in 2027 to visit the French Riviera. The travel presentation on June 2nd of this year will be held at the Exeter Community Center starting at 1 p.m. If you're interested in joining, please visit our website or stop by the community center. The travel presentation is free, so if you're interested in this trip, please give us a call or stop by the community center. Just want to remind everyone too that registration for our Youth SummerSlam Basketball League is still open. You can register online, over the phone, or at the community center. What you would want to do is create a team first and then register that team with us, and we'll take care of the rest. We have referees, we have other teams to play, and we play all summer outdoors down at the recreation park here at 4 Hampton Road. It's a lot of fun. We did it last year, and the kids had a blast. So again, registration's still open until early June, so check out our website for more information on that. We could not be more excited to have our first summer here at the new Exeter Multi-Generational Community Center, so we invite everyone to come visit us. We're located at 10 Hampton Road. We have lots of programs coming up in this new community center. We are always adding new trips. We have nice seating outside on the deck. We have a new paved walking path behind us, which connects to 4 Hampton Road, located by Planet Playground and the Dan Healy Memorial Pool. So it is going to be a busy spot, lots of parking. We hope to see you down here this summer.
For our last segment, we have a reminder about this weekend's Alewife Festival.
Have you noticed something strange in downtown Exeter? Fishy little signs telling you about the alewives? What's really going on here? Well, the annual alewife migration through the Exeter River, that's what. Thousands of these fish make their way up the river to spawn, and around these parts, we celebrate their determination and excellence with the annual Alewife Festival. Educators, booths, and other activities such as singing sea shanties happen every year, and yes, it is once again happening inside the Exeter Town Hall, just as it was last year. Something new and exciting this year will tie into the Exeter 250 celebration, as local printmaker Sarah Koff will officially unveil the Exeter 250th print she has worked on in collaboration with the Exeter 250 Celebration Commission, with only 54 original prints being sold in and around town. Sounds like all this hubbub really means something special. You might find yourself asking, when is all this happening? You'll want to sit down for this. It's tomorrow. Yes, Saturday, May 9th. You can go straight down to the Exeter Town Hall, see some science, see some history in the making, and find something new to appreciate about our big little river.
Lastly, a quick reminder that the farmers market is back. The market will be here every Thursday from 2:30 to 6 p.m. now through October 29th, right here in Swayze Parkway. That does it for this week's report. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to help us spread the word. And head over to the town website and subscribe to the town's email newsletter to get this show and other local news sent straight to your inbox. Be sure to tune in on May 22nd for the next edition of the show, where we'll have an update on recent public works projects, information on the future of the Exeter Down Easter Stop, and much, much more. For Exeter TV, I'm Bob Glowacki, and this has been the Exeter Biweekly Report. Have a great weekend, Exeter. I just knew he was going to try to do something. Good thing that's not going to make it in because we have another post-credit scene. The post-credit's just going to be this for 20 minutes as I'm trying to catch one with my bare hands and failing.